What's up? It's Jim back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about dating as a Gen Zer or dating in the generation of Gen Z. And I'm a part of Gen Z. Obviously, I was born in 2007, and I'm like a member that has experienced the whole, I guess, dating scene in my generation. So, yeah, let's get started. So, first off, I feel like it's important to say, kind of like going, not just blaming millennials a little bit. Their generation made very sexual music. We're talking about, not to like call out any artist, but we're talking about like if you watch a Beyonce music video, you watch R. Kelly music videos, you watch like Chris Brown music videos. Like that's what us as Gen Zers, at least like me as a young black Gen Zer, I grew up off of like seeing that type of like content. It was really, they were expressing like I guess their love in public, or like expressing like their significant other or whatever in public, and like I just dancing with a bunch of girls and shit, like even like with Young Thug, Future, all these other artists. So you can like just like see how we kind of like came up seeing all this shit and going like, oh, so it just made it seem cool. Oh, you're supposed to have multiple women because that makes you look like you're the shit, like you're that guy. You're supposed to just be this type of player, and it kind of just infused with our generation. And then we have movements of like just girls going like, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna get a roster, and then dudes having rosters. Then it kind of just turned into like a bunch of people having rosters. And like me as like a freshman in high school, this kind of like influenced me to like, I guess, build a roster. And like I was talking to like multiple females at the same time. I was just like trying to balance it out and just trying to like, I guess, have 3 or 4 at a time. Oh, that's the most I can handle. Some dudes would have like a whole like Snapchat of just straight girls, just straight girls on their Snap, like 20 of them, 30, 40 of them, talking to them at the same time on Snapchat. Now, honestly, I never got to that point. I talked to like at most, I think 5 or 6 girls at the same time. Obviously, you can't balance that because there's no fucking way you could balance that. You gotta balance life. You gotta give them attention. I don't even think I like, maybe that number was a lie, because like I think I had periods where I would talk to a girl for a while, and then like she'll like cut me off for some dumb reason, like, oh, your favorite color is in like yellow or some shit. And like here's another thing with our generation, like it's just hard to date because everybody has like a list of standards, hundreds of them, and they don't, half of the time they don't even be standards. Like they'll let it slide. It's just like it depends how much they like you. I feel like it's our generation's like love like kind of triangle is like it's mixed with lookism, with like height for men, and then obviously for females it's just looks. So if you kind of like equal that together for men, if you're an attractive looking man and you're like 5'10", like you're probably gonna keep, like you could do a ton of shit to fuck, you could fuck up, you could do so much, just wreck shit, and she's gonna stay. But like versus if you're like 5'4" or some shit, the looks, then she's probably gonna leave your ass off of like some dumb shit. So our generation, it's just a lot of degeneracy. There's nobody like having meaningful relationships, and like don't let me get started with like sex and shit. All I have to say, down south, like Atlanta, I haven't been there in so long, that's where I'm from. Like I know it's bad down there. Like people have bodies, like at a young age, people, they could be like 16 or some shit, have like 10 bodies. Like that's fucking ridiculous. But like, up north, I feel like besides New York, it's like it's not that bad. People have some type of moral standards. But like kind of going into that again, like it's just people are willing to like just trade it off, like sneaky links and such like that. And that's just kind of what our generation came to. And I can't lie that I fed into it. There was a time where I was like, oh shit, this shit's fire, like shit, like she's bad, like shit, let me smash, like it's just shit like that. But then you realize it's just a wet blanket that has like, it's like a wet paper towel that you get, and then water just like runs through that paper towel, and then it's like it just runs through the paper towel with nothing holding it up. It's not no solid support. It's just like some shit where you're not getting the value. Like, you're just gonna regret that shit later. You're not gonna regret it, but like it just didn't have any meaning. So it just don't hit that deep. And then like when they leave, rather if you're like a girl or a boy, after you like, you hit your sneaky link, they're eventually gonna fucking leave you. It's probably not gonna last long. And if it does, then, cheers for you, I guess. But I don't know if this has like been a crazy problem throughout like human history. I mean, it depends like which type of history we're talking about. If you want to go like to Native Americans, they were a bit more lenient on like, having multiple partners. And then Europeans, like, you do that shit, you're fucking dead. So it just like depends on which time we're looking at. But generally, I feel like this is like the worst time because people are getting crazy body counts before like the age of like 26. They're fucking like no commitment at all, no loyalty. And I feel like there's a movement obviously against this to kind of like fight against the degeneracy, but it kind of already, the damage is done. If you're 20 years old and you got like all these fucking bodies and you try to marry somebody and then you got to tell them like, oh, this, that, and a third, it's just the relationship it may not hold because your partner might be like, fuck man, like this dude was in college, fucking 30 people at the same, like, why would I, like, that's terrible. Why would I want that? So it definitely goes both ways. Let's get that clear. It goes both ways. Now, kind of like the problem that I see is that people aren't ready to settle down. They don't, like, it's also like they don't want to focus on themselves a bit, get up in life. And it's, as things play out, because like, life is gonna play out. You can't just be like doing all this like dating and shit and like, we kissed each other, da da da. Like, life's gonna play out. So people are gonna move up in life, make money. Some people are gonna not move up. It's gonna balance out. So it's gonna just end up with the people who have moral standards, and the people that don't. Now, the way that I guess karma works, I'm heavy on Christianity, but I feel like karma is kind of like in there a bit. I feel like people who are more noble, who resisted such, and like kind of like they're smart about the way they do things, it's gonna end up more better for them because they're gonna have resistance. You're gonna have control, and that control could be the factor for you getting like a bomb job or something, finishing your college degree or finishing the trade that you're doing. So it's like factors like that, like if you're not going around here chasing whatever, it really adds up. It's like compound interest on some shit. And I feel like there's probably statistics out there that can definitely prove this, but Gen Z as a generation, there's couples out there that like stayed together through it. And I feel like the movement to push back against it has been working. People aren't going out here doing all this dumb shit. Like it's working a bit, but the damage is done. It's already happening. It affected me obviously because it was an agenda to kind of push, oh, don't have a partner, fucking fuck everybody, be a little fucking hoe shit. Like that was the whole agenda, and it succeeded. It succeeded with over millions of people probably. So that was pushed already at our young age when we were young Gen Zers, and even when we got a little bit older, it was still pushed, and people, they're still locked in that mentality. But to kind of end off the video, it's, if you really want to like I hate saying this, but if you really want to find a good relationship, look outside of like your place or whatever. Like, just look around. There's good people out there. There's people that aren't, whores and such. So, just look around and you'll find what's available. And when you get a chance to be in a long-term relationship, build together. Don't make this whole list of like, oh, I fucking hate the fact that you do all that. Like, just don't. Work through it together. Love them. And you can build a happy relationship. And then 10 years from now, when y'all take photos together, sit at the dinner table with your family, like, you're going to be happy. So thank you for watching. It's Stadgen, and I'm out.